Hi everyone, it's Miss Goldman again, ready to teach you for Eureka, Module 5, Lesson 4. This is our fourth day of teaching virtually with this distance learning. Remember, you're doing the best that you can do. I know you'll be fine with this. Remember, you're doing this in the Google Doc and submitting this with the homework afterwards. And if you watched this earlier when we did it live, you just have to do the homework now, or you're rewatching this just to hear me or to help you. Either way, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Remember, if I'm going too fast at any time, you can just pause this. Again, for parents, if your child is unable to see all the pictures, they are on the PDF version that I have uploaded as well. And if you are printing out these, make sure you're printing it lesson by lesson as to not waste paper. And to make sure if you are printing them out, make sure I'm able to see the work by either uploading it by taking a picture and putting it in Google Classroom with this assignment or sending it to me through Class Dojo. So let us begin. So now, before I even start this, I'm going to tell you this whole lesson is a little different than some of the other ones that we've done so far with fractions. So it says for number 1, draw a picture of the yellow strip at 3 or 4 different stations. Shade and label one fractional unit of each. Now, we're only going to be working for this lesson in thirds and fourths. So pretty much for this lesson, I'm going to be doing the thirds and you're going to be doing the fourths. So for this one, it says, you can see a rectangle. I cut it into 3 pieces. I shaded one and labeled it as 1/3. Now you're going to do number 2, draw a picture of a brown bar at 3 or 4 different stations, shade and label one fractional unit of each. So again, you're just going to draw a rectangle and turn it into fourths. So I'll give you some time. All right, I'm moving on. Again, if you need more time, just pause this video. All right, so here you can see I drew my rectangle. It has 4 equal pieces again. One piece is shaded and it's labeled as 1/4. Now you are going to be doing these two at the you're going to be doing both of these, and I'm going to tell you what to do for each of them. So for the first one, for number 3, it says draw a picture of a square. So you need to remember when you are making this, you are making a square shape. So remember, yours needs to look somehow like this. That's not the best square, but you kind of get the idea. So you have to make a square in 3 or 4. We're going to be doing thirds for this one. And for this one down here, draw a picture of the clay at 3 or 4 different stations, shade and label 1 unit each. So for the clay, we're going to be doing 4s. And for the clay, make it easy, make it a circle. Again, as you can see, not the best when I'm free drawing. But I know you're going to do your best. And it will most likely be better than mine. So take some time and do this. All right, I'm moving on. If you need more time, just pause this. So as you can see, I made a square and I cut it into 3 pieces and labeled it as 1/3 because it did say, remember, to label. And down here, I did the same thing with the circle as a 4th. I'm thinking now you're probably thinking, thank you, Miss Goldman, for making the circle a 4th. It's a little bit easier than doing thirds with a circle. Now we're going to move on to the next one. So these are the last 2 questions for this lesson. It says draw a picture of water at 3 or 4 different stations. Shade and label one fractional unit. Again, we're going to do thirds. Think of a pitcher of water like we did the other time. A pitcher of water can be kind of like this. So it's kind of rectangular. So you can, if you want to, just make an actual rectangle. That is fine. And now here it says draw a yarn at 3 or 4 different stations. What are we going to do? We're going to do the 4 again. And remember, it's yarn. Yarn looks kind of like this. So it's a nice line, but you don't want it a wavy line. You want a straight line. So when you use your tools, it'll be a little bit easier on your Google Doc or if you're drawing it out by hand. So I'm going to give you some time to work on this. If you choose not to do the extension one, that is okay. All right, so I'm going to go over the answers. So here we see number 5. I made a rectangle because it kind of would be like a picture if I had the top and the handle. And I cut into 3 pieces, made a 1/4. Here's my string down here. It is cut into 4 pieces, and I labeled it 1/4. And now, if I didn't want to have these end piece lines on, I don't need to have them. So these technically do not need to be here, but they can be there. Just make sure, however you do it, you still have 4 pieces. You need 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's the end.